Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope you are doing amazing. I hope you're enjoying this very nice winter weather we're having. It's a little chilly, but at least it's kind of cozy vibes. Unless you're in California, then you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, for the rest of you, I hope you're enjoying it. So, I put out a poll maybe like a week ago, and I asked you guys if you wanted me to do kind of like a mini series on these two books, The Ideal Muslim and The Ideal Muslimah. And alhamdulillah, I got a very well resounding yes from a lot of you. So I have done the research. I have read these two books so that you don't have to. And I'm going to present them to you in little short videos that I hope will be easy to digest. So why even study this in the first place? So these books actually translate in Arabic to Shakhsiyat al-Muslim, which means the personality of a Muslim. And so when we talk about the personality, we're talking about the character of a Muslim. And it's important to understand this because some people seem to think that being religious means I memorize the Quran, I sit and pray all day, every day, I fast all day, every day, and I don't participate in society. I just strictly worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And what they don't understand is that the way you interact with society is a form of worship. That in order to be a true Muslim, you actually have to be someone who contributes something to the world around you. That in order to be a true Muslim, you have to be someone who interacts with the world around you, that brings something good to the people in the world around you. So we are supposed to be very productive members of society. And what's beautiful about the way these two books are structured is that the author starts off micro. So it talks about the Muslim and his relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or her relationship with Allah. And then it goes bigger. So it starts to increase towards, your immediate family members, your parents, your spouse, your siblings, whoever. And then it goes to like Muslim parents and their relationship with their children, relatives, neighbors, and then goes out to society. So this book is a great way to leverage the Quran and the Sunnah in order to understand how we're supposed to behave as Muslims. Because a lot of people do the ritualistic part, the practices, but then they don't apply it practically in their lives. So when that happens, it means we've missed the point. So I obviously, when I'm talking about what's expected from a Muslim through these two books, I want you to understand that I'm addressing myself first, that this is something that I am actively working on and that we should all be actively working on. So please don't misunderstand that I'm just telling you guys how to behave and that I'm not applying it to myself. Inshallah, may Allah make it easy for all of us to apply this to our own lives. So because these two have very overlapping content, the way I'm going to go about it is I'm going to make a playlist that is the Ideal Muslim that will include everything that applies to both men and women. And then I'll do an Ideal Muslim man and an Ideal Muslim woman playlist for anything that's just strictly for the men or strictly for the women, inshallah. So the first chapter, chapter 1, the author tells us that the believer is alert. And this means multiple things. The first is that I, as a believer, in order for me to be a true Muslim, the first thing I have to be aware of is that there's only one God. And that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is my creator, that He brought me to life, that I will die one day and I'll go back to Him and I'll have to answer for all of the things I've done. So when I carry myself through the world, I am very careful with how I behave because I know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching me. I know that everything I do is being recorded. So even in the privacy of my own home, the way that I act, the way that I carry myself is being watched. So if I'm disrespectful or abusive to the people in my life, whether it's my parents, my spouse, my kids, whoever, I can't call myself a true believer because I'm not taking into account that I'm going to be asked about how I behave. Or if I go out in the world and I'm totally disrespectful and arrogant with strangers, not a true believer, not a good Muslim. A good Muslim recognizes, oh, I'm being watched. Everything I do, I'm going to be asked about. So we are very, very careful with how we behave. So step 1, good character. Step 1, I'm so aware of how I act that I treat everybody with kindness and respect. And I'm very careful to not cross those lines, to not be disrespectful, to not be harmful to other people. And then even when I'm alone and no one can see me, the way I behave when I'm alone, Allah sees me. So if I'm trolling people on the internet and I'm making nasty comments and no one knows who I am because I'm hiding behind a screen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can see me and He'll bring me forward on the day of judgment and make me face that. So step 1, being a good Muslim, you are hyper aware that you are being watched all the time. The second part of it is that I also know that because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who's in charge, He's in control of everything, right? I have a limited amount of capacity or power that I have. Everything ultimately lies with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's the one in control. He's the one with the power. So I have trust and I have faith in Allah and I rely on Allah, right? Tawakkul is the reliance on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I have tawakkul and I understand that anything I need, anything I want, I ask Allah for it because I know He's the one who can provide it to me. I know that He can make the impossible possible. So a true believer is also very optimistic. A true believer can't be a negative person because they know that their Lord is capable of everything. I trust Allah in every way, shape, and form of my life. When things happen to me, I recognize this is part of Allah's plan. I take the time to stop myself from saying, oh, woe is me, life sucks, I'm always the one who, this always happens to me. No, no, no. You trust and understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a master plan for you, that He's in control, and that anything you want and need, you can just ask Him, and He will answer you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promises in the Quran, He says that if you call out to me, I will respond to you. Guaranteed you'll get a response, guaranteed. But you have to trust and believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you have to trust and believe and have yaqeen, have certainty that He's going to answer you. So this is all just step one of being a true believer. The believer is alert. So inshallah, I'm going to stop here. This is just the first section in chapter 1, and we will continue next time. Bi-idhnillah. Jazakallahu khair, and I'll see you soon.